really makes a difference. Scorpions, I hate when people, doesn't matter how flexible you are, hold the scorpion like this and not like this. And so I tell the kids, because I don't like them to grab them inside their foot. A lot of them will, there's no way you can change it really. I've tried. But if they grab there, I tell them they have to get their elbows straight up as fast as so I can't be able to tell them they grab it like that. I like when they grab it this way, but a lot of the times kids have already learned it and it's really hard to change. So I just tell them to get their elbows up so they're actually in a scorpion and not like a random thing. One of the ways that we do I always say to my scorpion kids is when you pull your foot to your head, you're taking that O that sits on your back and you're making it small. And I tell them if your foot's right here, I tell them they have to pull their foot up so they make an O on the back. Now, that doesn't make sense to them, but when their friend watches them, they can tell, oh my gosh, she's got a 0, or she's got like a terrible, like scary Dorito thing. I gotta try to put that on Twitter. I didn't know these pictures I put on there. So on this sheet, like, if you get this from me, it'll say, like the little kids that don't do it, I say act like you're holding a hamburger and turn it upside down and then make it touch the outside of your foot. And that's how you need to pull it up. A lot of kids, it's only for the people that are like really just trying to get the scorpion. A lot of them are going to do this no matter what you say. But that's the best way that I can like teach them to hold it. And whenever I do scorpion, so when we do vibe systems, so you're a scorpion. And I will take my hand right here, and I'm going to push it straight up, and I'm not going to let her chest go down. So like you see how my hand was right here, I pull her leg up, and I keep her chest there. And I'm not going to say that I haven't had criers, because I have, but that is one of the best ways for them to have to get better, because I'm right beside them and they know that if it's going to be bad, I'm going to make it good. So I always pull the top of their thigh up, and that helps a lot for the kid that moves back the whole time she's holding it. One of the biggest things is years ago, James Speed came to our gym. He was talking to all of our flyers and talking about our bases and stuff, and he said, "Why in the world are y'all holding everybody's foot flat?" And I'm like, "Because that's what you're supposed to do." He goes, "No, you should always hold the heel about 2 inches higher than the toe." And I'm like, "You're crazy." Well, if you think about it, and you stand like this, and I always make one person and then, something stand like this, and I just push them over, and they fall backwards. And I'm like, and I'll stand on their toes, and I try to push them, and they can balance themselves. That's the best way for a flyer to stand. And that's going to change every way they look in the air and every bite system they do. But they have to be able to tell their bases how to do that. And so the best way for the flyers and bases to work together is for them to push down their toe really hard when they're in the air and they feel like they're going backwards. It's the only way, it just sends a message, hey, I can't do it. And that has changed the way that all of our flyers look in the air. And I know that it sounds crazy if you've never really done that. But if you change the way that they hold their foot to holding it almost like they're like this, I tell kids to hold them in a remember your very first pair of, no you don't, all the girls, remember when your very first pair of high heels and you thought it was really cool because it was like this much, but like honestly you would never wear those now. So I say not a stiletto, not like a really like cool shoe, but like just enough where you thought you were cool, and that has changed how all the flyers, the confidence level goes to the roof because they're actually having to be up. So that's a really good tip to tell your flyers and then tell your bases. When you feel a lot of pressure on the front hand, it means that the stunts are going down. And so many people tell me, I did that in competition and like it actually works. And I'm like, obviously, but they're so used to that sign that it makes it better that way. Arabesque, I make kids do this really funny thing, and it never fails. Someone's going to do this in the air, and everybody's going to make fun of them, but I always tell them to do it like a normalcy. And then I make them stick their boobs out with the arms out, and then they can stick their butt out really big, and then they pull their leg up. I always tell them, don't do this in the air, someone's always going to do it. But we always do it in my class because it teaches people to really arch their back and not to be like airplane, not to be so stiff. It really shows like the arch of their back. It makes the legs, all their legs will give the illusion of being higher than what they really are. I know it sounds really dumb. They're going to have that one really dumb kid that's going to do it in the air, and everybody's going to be like, what is she doing? But if you do it in like a normal like flyer class, then she'll actually learn what her body looks like, which is it's awesome if there's mirrors in front. Sometimes we do them in the gym that has mirrors, sometimes we don't, but it really helps them see what their body looks like and their legs. Everybody's legs look about that much higher when their arms are back and they're actually sticking their stomach out. I always tell them like touch your belly button and then make your belly button go to the floor. Not your shoulders, your belly button, and it changes the way all the air. The thing I do for conditioning all the time is, I mean, you've probably all done this in a random road class and you hate it, but the kids don't really know how bad it is until we do it. We do the arch leg holds and make your heels touch and your legs have to be straight. And you can do, I don't care if they go like this, I don't care if they go like this, I just don't let them put their hands on their hips and make them hold that right there. And like, if like someone do it every day, every year, put your hand on their back and feel what it feels like when you pull their legs up. Where do you go? Someone do it. Anthony, you do it. And so put your hands on his back, put your feet down. You're gonna relax. Okay, now put your hands back, now put your legs up. Do you feel how it tightens up so much? Okay, now put your legs back down.